Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Carlos at www.poeticexpressions.com, and today we are talking about the Toni Braxton movie. Now, I tried to get this video review out as quickly as possible because for those who know, she released her movie, Toni Braxton, the movie about her life, Unbreak My Heart, last night. So, got a chance to see it, and I did have a few things that I'll say about it coming up here. But I will say that overall, it did exceed my expectations. Now, for those who follow Toni Braxton or may be fans of her or just really into entertainment news, then you may remember a few months back, Toni Braxton was planning on playing herself in this movie. So I'm really glad that didn't happen. I'm glad they shut that down. But there's an actress, it's actually her first feature film debut, and her name is Lex Scott Davis, if I'm not mistaken. And this is her first time being in a major movie. And also, Debbie Morgan, she plays Toni Braxton's mother. Now, I will say Debbie Morgan is a really, really great actress. And I love pretty much everything that she's in. So as soon as I saw her name on the credits as I was watching this, I was thinking, okay, she's going to do a really good job. I will say the lady, I don't know her name, that played Tamar, she had her spot on. I mean, the whole mannerisms, voice, the look, everything, she really, really did a good job of playing Tamar. And as far as Toni Braxton's character went, I don't think that the lady that played her necessarily looked just like her until she got her hair cut short, which they show kind of early on in the movie. But here are a few highlights and points that I just want to make about this movie. Some things that I saw that went well, some things that went not so well. One of which I kind of try to start in order here from the beginning. When the movie starts out, Pebbles is actually in this movie too. Now, for those who've seen the TLC movie, Pebbles was basically put in a bad light for being TLC's manager, kind of playing a hand and taking their money, her along with L.A. Reid. So there is a different actor that plays L.A. Reid here as well. And then Babyface also has a pretty huge role in this movie, the character that depicts him. So Pebbles tells her right off the bat, they find out that, she's got this contract and she's basically only signing by herself, where she carries that whole guilt throughout her whole career because the deal was originally supposed to be with her and all her sisters, but L.A. Reid and Babyface really took to Toni Braxton more. So she gets to Atlanta and Pebbles basically tells her that, oh, we have this apartment for you. We, sounds like it's fully furnished. You don't have anything to worry about. So as any normal person would ask, she wonders if she's going to pay them back for this. And they say, oh, it's in your artist budget. Then she goes and asks L.A. Reid about an artist budget. What is it? So I'm thinking, okay, she seems to be pretty smart. And he even tells her flat out, he says it's something that the record company gives and it's recoupable, which is a very important word here as to why she went bankrupt. They were spending all this money. At one point, she even gets a Porsche, which is very different from the RAV4s that TLC got they showed in their movie. And this was after she hit double platinum. By the time she got the car, I think she was already at quadruple platinum, 4 million sales at that point. So, her first CD was a definite major success. Now, one thing I didn't know that I thought that was interesting is that the song, I think it was Love Should Have Brought You Home, that song was supposed to be meant for Anita Baker. And I could definitely hear her singing that song because Toni Braxton and Anita Baker have some similar voices. But for whatever reason, I can't remember exactly in the movie, but Anita Baker wasn't able to record the song. So she specifically said that, hey, the girl that did the demo did a great job. Why don't you let her sing it? So it's really kind of ironic because Toni Braxton went on to be a much bigger star as far as you could say pop success, I would say, than Anita Baker has been, even though Anita Baker is a legend in her own right. So that was an interesting tidbit I didn't realize. Another thing, if you all noticed, Toni Braxton was trying to get her foot in the door with songwriting from the very beginning. She was trying to add lyrics here and there, add words. And Babyface, I think when a lot of people see him, they think of him as the good guy. He's the stand-up guy, kind of like that person that doesn't do anything wrong. But they did bring out a few points about him in this movie that made him look a little more human, I'll say. When she was trying to add in songs on the first album, add some lyrics here or there, he was like, no, the lyrics are fine just as they are. which translation basically means, no, you're not co-writing this song with me, because that means you're going to get a royalty check for writing the song, and he only wanted to be the person to get that. That's what I got from it, at least. And then when it came time to her bankruptcy and the whole trial, Babyface even said that if he was in Toni Braxton's position, he would not have signed the contract that she was given when she was first signed. So there seemed to be some friction going on when she first got her manager, who was hip to a lot of the game. I think that L.A. Reid and Babyface were running at that time, and they didn't expect her to be as big of a success as she was. L.A. Reid was thinking, you know, maybe she'll go gold with the first CD, and she was thinking double platinum. So both of their expectations were exceeded because, as it's pretty common knowledge, you know, her first CD sold over 10 million records, and so did the second one. Now, Unbreak My Heart, this is another interesting point. She didn't really like that song, and to be honest, I can kind of see why, because even though it's one of her biggest songs, I can't say if I had to list top 5 Toni Braxton songs, I wouldn't put Unbreak My Heart in there. I think it's a great song for her. She sounds really good on it. Very well-written song, but it just, it's just like 4 or 5 minutes of just straight depression. I just can't do it. I mean, sometimes it's cool listening to those type of songs, but it's not one of her best. I'll put it like that. And she fought a little bit to have some more up-tempo songs. Then again, they show Pebbles even comes back to her and says, have you ever considered getting a boob job? Which most of us know Toni Braxton did do that. She went and got breast implants. And they even showed the beginnings of her marriage to Carrie. I can't remember that guy's last name, but the guy that was in Mint Condition, I think he's still in Mint Condition. And he was one of the instrumentalists in that group. And that's kind of how they hit it off, because they were going on tour together. And people were, she didn't realize that they weren't being paid. So basically he comes to her at the end and it's like, hey, where's our money? And she pays out of pocket. So to me, she really didn't fight as hard as she should have to get her money or to get herself out of the bankruptcy situation. And then there's the Oprah interview, which they touched on, but they didn't touch on directly here. For those that remember, when Toni Braxton first went bankrupt the first time, one of the major questions that Oprah asked her was why she had Gucci flatware. She said she doesn't spend money frivolously, but, you know, as any artist, probably in her shoes, she decided to treat herself. So her thing was she wanted some Gucci flatware, which I don't really buy that, because to me, if you're buying Gucci flatware, you probably got like Gucci purse, you know, Gucci other stuff. I don't know, Gucci wallpaper, you know, wallpaper was still hot back then, I guess. But so I don't really totally buy that she wasn't just frivolously spending. That's just my opinion. I think she probably was spending more money than she had, and based on her record sales, you know, she probably thought she had all these millions of dollars that were supposed to be coming in. So basically, Toni Braxton went bankrupt the first time because the money that LaFace Records was spending on her promotion, music videos, gifts like that Porsche, and other things, that was recoupable by the record company. So by the time she got her cut, they showed one point where she got a check for $1,900 in royalties. So then she also revealed some very personal things. Of course, they show her and Carrie getting married. And the previews kind of allude to maybe he cheated on her. But I didn't get that from the movie. It just seemed like there was a money issue there because basically she was paying his salary. Whenever the band would go on the road, she was paying that money out, which to me, that just is a red flag in any relationship, especially if the woman is doing that. I think that's a red flag. So when I saw that come up in the movie, I was like, okay, this is the beginning of the end for them. So she was really kind of bossy too with him. There's another B word that I could say that she was being. I'm not going to say it, but y'all know what it is. So again, all these red flags that their marriage was just kind of going downhill, or that it would go downhill eventually. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. She does talk about her having lupus, which is very sad because they have some moments where they show that it was attacking her heart, and she was like literally passing out on stage. And then also her mother finds out that the father was cheating on her with this woman for like 9 years. That was a good scene right there. I mean, the whole scene, really good acting, I'll say. when she finds out, and how she's just really kind of literally going crazy over this. So then they show the second time when she's in bankruptcy, how she basically has to pay for the canceled shows when she was doing Vegas. I don't know if you all remember that, but for one while when Toni Braxton, people were like, oh, where is she? We haven't heard from her. But she was making a lot of money doing these Vegas shows. Well, she got sick, and then it wasn't in her contract at the time that she had lupus. So because of that, the insurance company pretty much said, we're not paying any of your doctor's bills. We're not paying anything for you canceling these shows behind you having lupus. So kind of like, hey, sorry for you. It is what it is. So she was forced to file bankruptcy again for a second time. And all of that to say, that's pretty much the quick, I'll say, recap of the movie. Now we'll say, do I think that Toni Braxton is an amazing singer, an amazing artist? Yes. Is she like many other artists who have definitely gotten cheated out of their money, and even to this day probably hasn't gotten paid what they're worth? Yes, I definitely do believe that. Is she someone who will go down as a legend in R&B music or even pop music? Definitely yes to all of those questions. But what I will say, even after watching the movie, and she did put out her memoir, which is under the same title, Unbreak My Heart, I didn't really get the feeling that this was a necessary movie. Here's why. When you look at movies like, okay, let's take Straight Outta Compton, for instance. All of the things that they went through. I mean, just the whole racism piece, police brutality, how Ice Cube had a very abrupt split from the group, Dr. Dre split from the group, how he met Snoop Dogg, Tupac, I mean, Eazy-E dying of AIDS. I mean, there were all these different storylines that were just meshed together to where it was almost kind of hard to keep up. Whitney Houston, I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying. We all know her personal struggles, and then she was such a huge star. And even though I do think that her movie focused way too much on the drug issues, but I don't think there was any arguing there that a movie about her needed to be made. Aaliyah, I think there was a need to make that movie because even though Aaliyah was such a huge star, she had such a mystery, I think, around her. And unfortunately, the final movie didn't really dig into that, but I think that's what a lot of fans were hoping to get, maybe dig a little beneath the surface on some of that mystery that she put up in the press. We really didn't know a lot about her and her personal life. The TLC movie, oh wow, I mean, you know, bankruptcy. You have arson, Left Eye Burning Down the House, T-Boz with sickle cell, Chili has the abortion. I mean, there was just so many things, and those are just a few movies. The Tina Turner movie, the things that she went through. These are like really, for lack of better words, juicy stories. I mean, the things that really have dramatic effects. With Toni Braxton, don't get me wrong, she did have some bad things happen to her. She had the 2 bankruptcies, she had the health issues, but I don't think that as a whole, at this point in her career, that she is really warranted to have a movie, whether it was on the big screen or the small screen. That's just my opinion. Now, like I said, it did exceed my expectations, but hey, it was a good movie, and it was just that. I won't say it was a great movie. I won't say it was a bad movie, but it was a good movie. Would I watch it again if it came on? Probably so. But I wouldn't say it's one of the best biopics I've ever seen. Wouldn't say that. So, anyway, you all give me your feedback. Give me your comments on what you think about the Toni Braxton movie, Unbreak My Heart. How do you think that the actress portrayed her in the movie, as well as the rest of the actors who portrayed, Pebbles, Babyface, L.A. Reid, her sisters, and her dad, all of that. So, want to hear what you all have to think about it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next week.